Today I want to talk a little bit about the mists, the new feature in Albion Online that's been introduced kind of recently, and just share my thoughts on this. So generally, when you are in a biome, you are not going to be able to collect all different types of resources. And the first thing I do see that's a bit cool about this is that when you have a wisp that opens up a portal into the mists and you go in, you can get resources while you're there that are unique and different than what you would otherwise be able to harvest in the biome. So for example, what I mean by this is that I was just in Wood and in a yellow map that has trees in it. I wouldn't be able to collect fiber at all. There is no fiber in Wood. But when I go into this mist map, I do have various fiber resources available to me. So now I don't have to leave Wood and go to a different map to find some flax. I can do it right here, which is kind of cool if I wanted to do that. Another thing that I think is relevant to point out is that you don't have truly unique resources in the mists. The animals and the creatures and things do look different, which is cool, but ultimately they're just reskins. So like this little chipmunk thing here, if I kill him, he's just going to give me a scrap of normal hide. There's a tier 2 stone I was able to get. This mob is probably about the same as what would be above ground in the regular map. So definitely mists will give you the ability to access resources that are not typical in the biome of the map that you're currently in, but they don't give you any kind of truly unique resources that you would not be able to access in their equivalent tier of zone anywhere else. But it is cool that I can collect ore and fiber without leaving the map I'm in. I think that the overall appearance is quite cool. It's nice to have a bit more, I guess, uniqueness, because the maps are always a bit samey. You kind of get used to the sense that every map looks about the same as every other one. Even if you go into dangerous zones, like black zones or whatever, it's not really that much different. It feels different just because maybe it's more dangerous or something, but it's not really, doesn't really look that much different necessarily. So, kind of cool to be able to just have a little visual reskin of the game to change things up a bit. I enjoy that. I will say, the other day I was killing one of those cats, and I actually got a cat cub. One of the ones that you can raise on your island and turn it into a mount, which is kind of interesting because this is a tier 5 zone. It's not a black zone or a red zone, and so I thought that was kind of cool. You can actually get a baby mount in this zone, and I don't think you can get those outside of the mists or more dangerous areas. So if you're mount farming, that could be a relevant thing. I don't know what the drop rates are though. Probably isn't very common. Like this bird. This bird is, I think this bird would be equivalent to a bear. It's basically exactly the same as a bear. Tier 5 hide. Heavy hide. So overall, it seems like a lot of people feel like the mists are kind of a waste of time, maybe. And they're probably right. I think there's something to be said for the fact that if you really want to be efficient with your gathering, you're not going to just collect any random thing you come across. Like I've just been killing random creatures and collecting random things and getting wood and ore and fiber and just everything in between. And that's not the most efficient way. If you want to make money and be efficient, you really should have the appropriate journals and have the appropriate gathering gear, and then just specialize on one particular thing. So from that perspective, I don't know that the mists are really going to be all that of a game changer for people that are trying to pursue efficiencies or anything like that. But I do think it's a nice change of pace. It's something different. And it does, for those who want to experience perhaps more dangerous content and they don't want to be ganged up on unfairly, it's a nice way to create a area of the map where it's not so prone to group ganking. You're more likely to find just one person, and of course, in a yellow zone mist, it really isn't. It isn't even a PvP area, really. I mean, any more than any yellow zone is a PvP area. I guess it is, in the sense you can PvP people there, but I don't know why you really even would, because you're not gonna really take anyone's stuff. You're just gonna knock them down. So I think another thing that I would mention that I had not known is that every mist map matches the tier of the zone in which you find it. So if you are in a yellow zone and you go into the mists, that's going to be a yellow zone mist. It's not going to be a full loot map that you go into. So if you're worried about, going into a dangerous area and you go into a portal to the mists in a yellow zone, you really have nothing to be worried about. You can just go in there and explore and have a good time and know it's not any more dangerous than the map which you already were in. So if you had that question, it's probably worth remembering. Maybe it's nothing to be super excited about, but it is nice to have some diversity in the game. Different things that we haven't seen before. Mobs that look a little bit different. Trees that are a little bit more, I guess, purple and mysterious looking. It all contributes to the vibe of the game. It does seem like the mists are a real good place to do some fishing. So if you like fishing, you can always go find a nice place to go do that. And it's a nice, peaceful, sparsely populated place to be. It doesn't seem like people will mess with you very much in the mists. Maybe that'll change as the game continues to have the mists. Maybe people will start to use them more. I don't know. But so far, I have not really seen a lot of activity in the mists, and certainly not really any reason to believe that people are very aggressive about treating them as a PvP zone. In any case, if you have not tried them, you stand to lose nothing by trying them out. I like them. Of course, my perspective is, again, super chill and casual. I really don't care about any kind of min-maxing sort of thing. I just play because it's cool and it's relaxing and it's enjoyable, and I think it's a pleasant way to spend my time. So for me, the mists are right up my alley. Yet another way for me to do what I would have already been doing in the overworld, which is just chilling and finding a peaceful, relaxing experience in the otherwise wild land of Albion online. Thank you very much, and till next time. I do appreciate you watching. Bye now.